Novak Djokovic walked away from the Players' Union he co-founded in 2020. Novak Djokovic has explained his decision to step away from Professional Tennis Players Association, PTPA, a player union he co-founded with now-retired Canadian player Vasek Pospisil in 2020. The 24-time Grand Slam champion announced his decision to exit the organization earlier this month. Djokovic co-founded the PTPA to give players a stronger voice and still believes that the system is failing them, but he no longer agreed with the direction the association was heading in. Speaking ahead of the Australian Open, his first tournament since early November, the world number 4 said, "Well, it was hard to be honest because I'm one of the two co-founders of the Canadian PTPA entity that was nonprofit, along with Vasek. Both Vasek and I have put a lot of heart and soul and energy into founding the PTPA back in 2020 when it was officially founded. But it took years for me, even more years before when I attempted to do that a few times but didn't make it. Then, obviously, with Vasek's dedication and incredible energy, we managed to do it. From the day one, the mission was clear. We try to have an association that would give a stronger player voice and that will hopefully be able to contribute to the expansion of the quantity of players that are able to live from the sport across all levels, particularly the first or second tier of professional tennis, because there are thousands of players around the world. We sit here and talk about multi-million-dollar prize money winner check, but we don't talk about the base level. That's where, the struggle is real. So that was personally my intention, back in the 2020 when we founded it. I was number one in the world. I always tried to use my voice, my platform, my influence for good, whenever I possibly could, and basically use my platform for the low-ranked players and have their voices heard in their struggles and challenges. Djokovic has long attempted to stand up for players' rights and was previously the president of the ADP's Player Council before stepping away to launch the PTPA. But the Serbian superstar did not like that his name was associated with every decision the organization made. I was in the Player Council, obviously, within the ADP, structure. So I was president of that council for, I think, 4 or 5 years. I know how system works, and I still have the opinion that the system is failing us. And I think it has to change in terms of the structure, in terms of how it's set up, how it's led, he continued. It was a tough call for me to exit the PTPA, but I had to do that because I felt like my name was overused in pretty much every single article or communication channel. I felt like, people, whenever they think about PTPA, they think it's my organization, which is a wrong idea from the very beginning. So this was supposed to be every player's organization across the board, men and women. And I also didn't like the way the leadership was taking the direction of the PTPA, and so I decided to step out. Does that mean that I'm not supporting PTPA? No, I am. I am still wishing them all the best, because I think that there is room and there is a need for 100% players-only representation organization existing in our ecosystem. So that's all.